It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion. This is for Tuesday, the 10th of December. I'm Michael Groff. Dry, breezy, and cooler temperatures today. And with all that dry air filtering in, it's going to lead to a very chilly night tonight. And then tomorrow, an increase in clouds, slightly warmer temperatures, and we'll continue to see temperatures warming up a little bit as we head toward the weekend, at least somewhat above seasonal averages. How long will this weather pattern persist? When could there be some rain chances? We'll talk about all of it and everything else as we dive on in and discuss. First, the almanac from yesterday. 74 degrees the afternoon high, 50 was the morning low, 67 and 46 are the averages for this time of year. As we look outside right now at 1:25 p.m., we've got mostly sunny sky, and how about this? 63 degrees at Sky Harbor, but look at that dew point. I mean, the air is as dry as a glass of Cabernet Sauvignon. -9 is that dew point. Relative humidity, 5%. There's just no moisture in the air. Wind from the northeast at 5, barometer way up at 30.35 inches and steady. I'm sure someone is going to ask what the lowest dew point ever measured in Phoenix is, and I actually don't have that answer handy. I believe it's -16, but I have to go back and take a look at that. So don't quote me on that one. All right. Satellite picture out here across the west. Why is it so darn dry? Well, that's because we had a short wave come through last night, little surface front, and that has brought in the northerly flow, and the incredibly dry air has come on south, and that's why we had those breezy conditions as well with the passage of that little front. Now, with the winds dying down this afternoon and this evening, the very dry air, you bet it is going to be a very chilly night tonight. And as a result, we've got those freeze warnings in effect for parts of Pinal, Pima, and Yuma counties. Again, away from the city, out in the open deserts, especially those kind of high desert areas. Oh yeah, we could see some freezing temperatures tonight. And even here in Metro Phoenix, while I don't anticipate freezing temperatures, we'll be very close in some of the coldest spots, probably dipping down to around 33, 34 degrees in those areas. And even away from downtown Phoenix in that urban core, most of us tonight will be in the 30s. All right, elsewhere, some air stagnation over parts of the Pacific Northwest. Same situation that we've had going on there for a while. Some snowflakes in the northeast. Convective outlook for today. We've got that standard slight risk of severe storms over parts of Alabama and Georgia. And the broader severe weather risk, that marginal risk from southeast Louisiana along the Gulf Coast and into parts of Florida. Precipitation outlook. This is valid through Tuesday morning of next week. Rain amounts in Phoenix, nothing. Statewide, basically nothing. Again, this weather pattern is unyielding. We're just not seeing any real signs of any major impactful weather systems that are going to be able to get in here, at least for a while. And we'll talk about why that is right now as we take a look at the models, see what's going on. Here we are, the GFS. This is the 12Z run, and it's valid at 5 o'clock this afternoon. A fairly high amplitude pattern across North America. Got a big ridge out there over the far eastern parts of the continent. You've got a big trough in the nation's heartland here. And you've got a ridge out here in the west, but look at that northerly flow for us. And so what that means down at the surface for the rest of the day today, sunny, a little breezy, but the breezes are calming down, and temperatures this afternoon should top out about the mid-60s. I'd say 64 to 67 here in Phoenix. And again, just extremely dry air. I mean, I know it's a desert. I know it gets dry here, but we don't see dew points falling into the below zero category very often. So again, especially here in the month of December, I mean, to have humidity levels this low is very unusual. So it is going to be dry. And then, of course, tonight, with that very dry air around, the winds calming down, lows will drop in the 30s for most of us, maybe around 40 or low 40s for the urban core. But a freeze is expected in the open deserts. And, of course, it'll be quite chilly up in the mountains. We'll see temps down into the single digits and teens, and maybe some of the highest elevations below zero. So be aware of that, too. And then as we go into tomorrow, we're going to see the pattern start to relax a little bit. We'll see some high clouds beginning to stream on in here. We'll call it increasing clouds, becoming mostly cloudy through the day. High temperatures will warm a few degrees. We'll probably be in the upper 60s and low 70s. But again, the air will be fairly dry. Despite the high clouds, the sub-cloud layer, very low humidity, will still be with us. And then as we go to Thursday, it's more the same. Partly sunny in the morning, mostly sunny in the afternoon. Highs upper 60s to about 70. Friday, around 70 or so. And then going into the weekend, a few clouds will pass by from time to time. But we'll see these weather systems moving to the north of us periodically. And that should prevent the ridge from really building in too much. So high temperatures will still probably hold in the low to mid 70s. Same thing Sunday, same thing Monday. We'll see these weather systems. Another one is lining up to the west of us. We'll see some rain and snow from Central California on northward into the Pacific Northwest and parts of the Great Basin. But that system, too, will stay to the north of us. And you'll see it here as we go to a week from today. This is Tuesday the 17th. That system, this run of the GFS has it a little further south than previous runs. And if that's right, there could even be a rain or snow shower for parts of northern Arizona. Here in Phoenix, we could see an increase in clouds and some breezes, and temperatures would probably cool off a few degrees if this works out, but no real chance of precipitation. Now, if this changes, if this system were to dig a little further south, maybe we'd see something, but at this point, it doesn't look all that likely. Going out 10 days, Thursday, the 19th. We got this system, a little piece of it's going to break away maybe and form into an upper low again south of Arizona. We saw that with a previous system about a week ago. And that does happen here in the winter. Sometimes these things occur and we get a Rex block that develops or something like that. Even if this happens, it's not going to amount to much in terms of consequential weather for us other than some breezy conditions, continued dry, and temperatures to hold likely just slightly above average. All right, let's look at rainfall for Phoenix. This goes out through the 24th, through Christmas Eve. It's off the GFS ensemble. And in general, the ensemble keeps us dry. Yeah, there's a handful of members that show some rain, but we're not going to worry about that. European ensemble is pretty much the same story for the next 2 weeks. No real chance of precipitation. I know it's the same old story. We've been telling you this day after day after day for weeks. And look, we're in a La Nina pattern, folks. That's why this is just so persistent. All right. Let's check out temperatures off the national blend of models. And again, not much variation from day to day. Overall, highs will be above average here for mid-December. Generally, on most days, we'll be up in the 70s with the exception of today. Maybe tomorrow and Thursday will be around 70, a degree or two either side. But, you know, in general, we're going to hold it above average by several degrees through the period. Those overnight lows will be chilly at times. Again, especially away from the urban core, there will be many mornings where you'll wake up to lows in the 30s. And that's going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video is due back here tomorrow morning. Should you happen to enjoy these videos, then be sure to subscribe, like, share, click that notification bell, leave those comments, questions, and suggestions. If you really like what we do here, then click that thanks icon below the video here on YouTube, make a monetary contribution to us, or you can donate directly via PayPal. groffshow@gmail.com is that PayPal address. It's groffshow@gmail.com for PayPal. The executive producer of the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion is my one and only, the sweetest of all time, the Asian sensation and proprietor of SweetChildAZ.com.org and the Facebook page of the same name, Sweet Child Arizona. Talking about my Michelle, check her out. Check out her blogs, videos, everything Michelle related. It's linked up down in the description. And, of course, our streaming station, available 24/7, 365. It's called KMGX. We play a ton of music, have a lot of fun with that, so I suggest you give that a listen. Of course, you can do so by clicking one of the many links in the description. It is linked up down there, or you can just go to KMGX.com and listen via that avenue. And, of course, our favorite feature here, it's Sweeping the Nation. Everybody loves this, where we give you a little sample Just so you can have an idea of what's playing on KMGX right now. But of course, we can only do a very, very, very small sample because of the fact that we'll get demonetized if we don't. So let's just see what's going on over there in KMGX right now. There you go. That's what you get. All right. If you can figure out what was playing, that would be, well, you're an incredible person. All right. Thank you so much for watching. All of your continued support, so greatly appreciated. Please be safe. And you guys have yourself, man, you're going to need some chapstick out there today with with this incredibly dry air that we got going on. Be safe and have yourselves a beautiful rest of your Tuesday.